Dozens of dogs and cats seized from a triad groomer. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dana Arquilla in for Frank Mickens.
We're going to start this evening with an update on the investigation into the disappearance and death of Star City teenager Skylar Neese.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says it filed charges against 2 teenagers in connection with Neese's death. It says 16-year-old Rachel Schoaf pleaded guilty to second-degree murder during an appearance today in Monongalia County Circuit Court. Shelter workers are optimistic for Phoenix's future. In fact, they say once his infection is cured, it could take about 4 to 5 months for recovery. And the good news is the couple who found Phoenix is actually interested in adopting him. Sandra. Yeah, I love topping our newscast with this story. The Marion County Sheriff's Department says Harry Martin and 2 dogs were missing for more than 3 hours. Randy Harper was searching for Martin on an ATV when he found him on a ridge about a mile from his home. Many West Virginia store owners are pulling caffeinated alcoholic beverages from their shelves. Good evening, I'm Dana Arquilla. Chief Meteorologist Spencer Atkins is in the Storm Tracker Weather Lab with a look at the forecast. And Spencer, how's our weekend shaping up for all of tonight's high school games?
Dan, it looks really good, as you mentioned.
Olympic gold medalist Mary Lou Retton has earned many titles in her career, but I found out there's one that sticks out to her in a big way. You've received many titles in your career: Sportswoman of the Year, Amateur Athlete of the Year by the AP, Most Popular Athlete in America, the Wheaties box.
Yeah, the Wheaties box is pretty high up there.
Does any one title stick out to you more than another?
I mean, they're all I'm very honored by all of them, but I would have to say being on the box of the Wheaties, because I was the first woman to ever grace the cover, and I was very proud of that fact. Very proud of that fact. My joke is, you know, I'm so small that Wheaties wanted to put me in the box, but said, no, let you put me on the cover. But
well, I mentioned Mary Lou in my series on Italy I did last summer, and we talk with her tomorrow about her Italian roots and what her family heritage means to her. Most children get to enjoy the summer and look forward to the start of a new school year. Other kids are faced with constant changes in their lives. In tonight's Finding a Family, we introduce you to Ashley. She just moved from Clarksburg to Charleston and met her new foster mother for the very first time just a couple of weeks ago. She hopes to make one more move, this time a permanent move. Whether you're mixing up rice cereal and bananas, dropping off at daycare, taking the twins to one of their many practices, or dropping your kids off at college for the very first time. If you're a mom, you're always in motion. I'm Dana Arquilla. Join me every Monday as we discuss ideas, tips, and advice for every stage of motherhood.
Moms in Motion, Mondays on 12 News at 5 p.m.
When Heidi donated her milk, it came here to the Mother's Milk Bank of Ohio. This is one of only 11 milk banks in the entire country. This freezer has been full at many points in time, but as you can see now, they're in desperate need of donations. In tonight's Moms in Motion, we have a truly inspiring story to bring you. A young mother goes through probably the hardest thing a mother can ever face, losing her child. But it's her spirit and courage that's helping others in her situation, which has in turn helped her heal along the way.
This was the first time I got to see him.
I was 25 weeks pregnant. I had a perfect pregnancy, never had as much as a little hitch, nothing. And I was driving to work and I went into sudden preterm labor.
Heidi Solomon was admitted to Ruby Memorial Hospital's intensive care unit. And on May 12, 2012, Jonah Henry Solomon was born.
When he was born, he was perfect, and he was 2 pounds and 1 ounce, which was really big for a 25-weeker. And we were given every hope in the world that he would be fine and that he would spend a long time in the NICU, but that he would really be a healthy baby.
He was too frail to feed, so Heidi pumped breast milk for him. Unfortunately, on his second day of life, Jonah developed bleeding in his brain and passed away shortly after.
When he died, I had no idea what I should do with his breast milk. I'd already pumped about 6 ounces in the hospital, and I had no idea, should I throw it away? I really had no clue.
Thankfully, a friend of hers knew about the Mother's Milk Bank of Ohio, a hospital that accepts breast milk donations to feed sick and premature babies. Heidi contacted them, and after filling out extensive health assessments, she decided since she couldn't feed her baby, she could help feed other babies.
If I was able to continue to pump, I would maintain a connection to Jonah that I would never have without being able to do that. Plus, I would be able to help so many other babies have a fighting chance at life and provide them with something that Jonah wasn't able to have. Each of these bags had like 10 ounces.
Like clockwork, Heidi pumped every 4 hours, day and night.
I kept telling myself that, you know, if Jonah was here, then I would be getting up in the middle of the night to take care of a newborn. So the least thing I could do was to get up to pump for somebody else's baby.
3.5 months and 1,300 ounces of milk later, Heidi packed up the breast milk and shipped it to the Mother's Milk Bank. There it will be donated to other sick and premature babies instead of formula, which is what most hospitals use.
Things do happen for a reason, and you know, if I could have Jonah back, I would take him back in a second and not go through this whole thing. But because he wasn't here, we were given this opportunity to let people know that donating breast milk is a beautiful thing, it's a generous thing, and for hospitals to accept that would give their NICU babies a fighting chance at life.
With only 2 days on this earth, Jonah's milk will help many babies survive and raise awareness of the importance of breast milk donation.
He's had a huge impact on this world that, you know, most people don't have on the world, so I really feel very fortunate to be his mama.
For a 1,500-year-old sinking city, Venice has a beauty like no other. After forking over 100 euros, which these days is almost 140 US dollars, for a 20-minute gondola ride, we relished every second. Able to cross off something on my bucket list right now. The gondola ride may be the ultimate tourist trap, but it's the most relaxing and enjoyable way to see the city before it's completely underwater. Dressed in the quintessential red and white striped shirt, gondoliers are one of the most highly regarded and sought-after positions in Italy. They skillfully navigate the heavy gondola down the Grand Canal with ease and precision, and they make it look and feel effortless. After our ride, we head to St. Marco's Square, generally known as the Piazza. There you can see St. Mark's Basilica, historic Venetian buildings, and perhaps equally as famous, the pigeons. Tourists pay vendors for breadcrumbs, and hundreds of the gray birds will flock all over them. All for the cost of a picture, 20 euros. And perhaps one of the best things about Italy, the gelato. I don't know what's better, the strawberry or the creme caramel. So I'm gonna have them both. This northern Italian cuisine focuses on fresh seafood, sandwiches, and of course, homemade pizzas. One of the most popular souvenirs from Venice are the masks. Every year, Venice plays host to the Carnaval di Venezia, an age-old tradition, adding to the history and culture. So even though Venice is said to have lost 23 centimeters of land in the past 100 years, the sinking city is bringing troves of tourists to enjoy its unique beauty. Reporting in Venice, Italy, I'm Dana Arquilla for 12 News.
A $1 billion infrastructure project that would help